I'm going to show you the easiest way to color separate a design for screen printing. Because a great quality print always starts with a great quality design. Now, the software that we're going to use is called CorelDRAW. But you can pretty much do the same thing with what I'm going to show you today with Adobe Illustrator, Inkscape, Canvas, and even the Cricut software. Pretty much any graphic designing software that lets you copy and paste. But the best software for screen printing, in my opinion, is Adobe Illustrator and CorelDRAW. Hands down. Alright, just to be on the same page, we're doing a 3-color design. That's a spot color. And just so you can understand this better, this is a spot color. As you can see, there's no shadows, gradients, or anything in it. It's just a solid color. And this right here is halftone. If you can see, it's made out of a bunch of little dots, which helps you kind of recreate certain designs, effects, shadows on different designs. And you can do so many more things with it, but I'll have to talk about that in another video. Now, if you want to color separate a design, you need it to be in a vectorized format. And there's so many reasons, but I'm going to tell you a couple. For example, you can resize that design big or small, and it won't lose any type of resolution. On top of that, you can break that design apart, change some colors, replace, and add some stuff, and I'm just touching the surface. Overall, it's a high quality design for screen printing, or a high quality format for screen printing, if that makes any sense. Now, let me show you a high resolution PNG file. Even though it's a nice clear design, you can't do much with it. It's a solid brick. You'll have to vectorize this design to color separate it. And I just wanted to say that I'm not a graphic designer. Everything that I know, I learned it through watching a lot of YouTube videos and just playing around with the software. So I might get some terminologies wrong, so bear with me. Graphic designing is another set of skills. People actually go to school for graphic designing, but at least I can say and feel that I know the basics, which is enough to help me run my business. But anyways, let's get back on track. Alright, now that we have our design vectorized, we need our registration marks. And I'm going to show you real quick how to create some registration marks. Alright, so we're going to grab a square, and we're going to color it black. We're going to center this square, and we're going to make it really skinny. Really skinny. Now, we're going to grab this line, and we're going to duplicate it. And then we're going to stand this line up right here. Like this. Want to make sure it's straight. Take your time too. Don't rush. Now we're going to grab that line, and we're going to center it. We grab another square, and we just need the outline of the square. And you want to make sure this square is nice and even. So we're going to go 0.5, 0.5. And that's it. Now we grab this and we center it. So we're going to duplicate this registration mark and we're going to center it. I'm going to grab the same registration mark. I'm going to press shift and I'm going to shift it to the side. We're going to duplicate it. And right here we're going to switch it to the other side. Now, we're going to align this one with this one right here. It's really simple. We're going to center this. And just to make sure everything's nice and center, we have these grid lines on the side. I'm pretty sure you have this with all these graphic designing softwares. And that's it. That's how you make your registration mark. Now you duplicate it, center it, and bring it down. You have the top ones and the bottom one. That's pretty much it. I don't like my center one like this, so I ungroup everything. Ungroup all, and I delete the square here. Like this. This is better for me, for some reason. And this is too big, right? This is too big. I like mine's like this, small like this. You don't want to have them this big. I just did them this big so you guys can see them. But you can resize this. You can resize this real small. You can resize the square and everything. But this is just an example so you guys can have an idea. And when you're done, you duplicate this and then you mirror it or flip it upside down. So now you have your bottom registration marks and your top registration marks. Alright, now that our design is already vectorized and we have a registration mark, this is the first thing that we're going to do. We're going to name our colors. We're going to put black, we're going to put pink, and we're going to put gray. The second thing we're going to do, we're going to open 3 pages. 1, 2, 3. 3. In total, we're going to have 4 pages. We're going to keep the original design the same. We're not going to touch it. Just in case that if we mess up, we'll come back to it. Now, if your software doesn't have pages like this, it's super easy. You grab this design and you duplicate it. Duplicate it and you separate it. You duplicate it again and you separate it. But since we have the pages, we're going to delete these. It's just an example so you guys can see. So we're gonna grab this design, we're gonna copy it. And we're gonna paste it in all 3 pages. The same. Should be the same in all 3 pages. Now, each page is a different color. This one is gonna be a gray page. So everything else is gonna go white. This is gonna be a pink page. So everything else is gonna go white. And this one our black page. So we're gonna go back to our gray page, right? And everything that's not gray in here is gonna get deleted. For example, black out, out, out. Anything that's pink, out. And this is a manual way to do it. There's many ways to color separate, but this is just a simple manual way to do it. Anything that's pink comes out. You see? Super, super easy. Anybody can do this. Out, 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 out. It is that simple. Now, for example, let's say your design is vectorized, right? But when you delete this, you still have something behind it, and it's super easy. All you can do, just grab that design and make it white. Make it white. That's it. Super easy. All right. So now we're in the pink one. Anything that is not pink is gonna get deleted. Delete, delete. So black and gray are gonna get deleted. Delete, delete. All right, let's delete everything that's gray, and that's it. Let's go to black. Now anything that's not black is gonna get deleted. Anything that's not black is gonna get deleted. And it's that simple. In case you mess up or anything, just go back to the original design. Just make sure everything's alright. Alright, this is the black. This is the pink, and this is the gray. Everything looks solid. Everything looks good. All right, so if we're gonna print this, we want this to be super black. So we're gonna grab this design, and we're gonna convert it into black. Since we're printing this in a transparency film, same thing. We do the same thing for all of them. This one's already black. And that's the way the cookie crumbles. It is that easy to separate a multicolored design that it has solid shapes like this. 1, 2, 3. And to register in your press, all you gotta do is register every design to these registration marks. They all have the same registration marks, so they all should fall in the same position all single time. As you can see, this process is super easy. Now I'm gonna show you what to do if you're gonna print on a black t-shirt. Come on. Alright, and this is what we do if we're gonna print on a black t-shirt. As you can see, everything stays the same. All we're gonna do is we're gonna add another page. We're gonna grab the same design, we're gonna copy it. And we're gonna name this one, we're gonna name this color underbase. Underbase. And we switch everything to black. Now, every color is gonna lay on top of this one. It's gonna fall on top of this one. We're gonna print it on top of this one. All right, so what we wanna do to the underbase, we wanna choke it. So we're gonna grab that underbase and we're gonna choke it 1 point. Once again, we grab that line that we just added and we're gonna make that line white. Gonna make that line white because this is the way that we're gonna print it. So now, just to double check, you just wanna make sure that the line's there. And every color is gonna fall on top of this. Every color is gonna fall on top of this. You see, that's a pink, that's the gray, and this is a black. But for if you're ever printing with black ink doesn't need an underbase. But let's say this is another color, then it does need an underbase. So the colors could be nice and vibrant. And that's just a super easy way to print on a black t-shirt. A super easy way to do an underbase. You have to choke it 1 point, or depending. If your press is really good and it holds registration really good, then you don't have to choke it that much. You can choke it 0.05, but I like to choke it at least 1 point. It's easier for me. I have some room to move around if my registration marks are not on point like that. But 1 point is fine. I think it's fine. It's good. Depending on the design. If the design is more detailed, then I will recommend to go lower. But 1 point is fine since it's pretty bold. And that's it. That's the way you do an underbase. Super easy and simple. Now, this is my original design. but I did some changes to it. I'm gonna show you. As you can see, it only has 3 pages, and I'm printing it on a black t-shirt. But what I did, I combined the white ink and the underbase to be in the same screen, to be as the same color. And I did an underbase, the gray ink, because I want like a vintage look when I'm printing it. But I did underbase the pink ink. As you can see right here, it's underbase. So the pink could be nice and vibrant. So I'm gonna hit the white ink twice, I'm gonna hit the gray ink once, and I'm gonna hit the pink once. So it could be nice and vibrant. And this is how it should look. Since I'm printing on a black washed out t-shirt, it's a Comfort Colors t-shirt, I'm looking for like a nice, vibrant, but vintage look, if that makes any sense. But I'd rather just show you guys. So let's go to the shop. And that's how you do color separation, guys. Super simple. As you can see, the pink and the white are very vibrant, and the gray is still vibrant, but it has like a vintage look. And one last tip, guys, whenever you're doing color separations, using the background of the t-shirt, like the color of the t-shirt as the background, is gonna help you sometimes save time and save money. Here's why. Because you could implement the color of the t-shirt into the design. For example, right here, you can see that I'm using the black of the t-shirt. Same here. And for this design exactly, I'm not using it as much, right? But it still saves money and it saves time. And it kind of helps the design pop off. So this could honestly be a 4-color design instead of a 3. Because it got black, it got pink, it got gray, and it got white. I'm just saying, guys, it's just a small tip that could go a long way. And if you guys like the t-shirt and want to support us, I'm going to add the link in the bio. Once again, guys, thank you so much for the love and the support. Make sure to drop a comment, like, subscribe. It means the world to me. And once again, have a beautiful day, and God bless you all.